Here's your daily updates. Newsman Dennis Daily offers his take on the events of the day in another daily video blog.
Hi, and thanks again, everybody. It's another steamy hot day in Palm Springs, and I came here to the library to take back some CDs I had taken out. This is a great little place here, but there's a sign out front that you don't see everywhere. You see, the parking lot for the library is shared by the baseball stadium, which is on the other side of the parking lot. So sometimes if you're here, you want to look out for all the flying baseballs. Libraries, of course, have been around nearly from the beginning of time. The great Alexandria Library in Egypt, which was destroyed. There was a man in this country who was largely responsible for building the American library system. And he was the great industrial baron of his era, Andrew Carnegie. Carnegie, who actually pronounced his name Carnegie, was a Scottish-American industrialist who spearheaded the advance of the American steel industry. But he started at the bottom of the ladder, first working in a factory that made parts for sewing machines. Eventually, he would become the private messenger for the head of the company. He managed to save his money, and he invested in projects that grew quickly. He would eventually build Pittsburgh's Carnegie Steel Company. It eventually merged with several other companies and became U.S. Steel. It was the first corporation in the world with a capitalization of over $1 billion, and this was 1901. It was estimated that U.S. Steel was worth 4% of the total wealth of the United States. Along the way, he became a philanthropist who shared his fortunes, first in education, forming Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, and a series of museums there. He would eventually build Carnegie Hall. But in America's smaller towns, Andrew Carnegie is best remembered for the building of thousands of libraries that bear his name. In my hometown of Washington, Indiana, as a child, I remember calling the local library the Carnegie Library, long before I knew what that meant. He spent his final years as a philanthropist. He helped his hometown in Scotland, and in his later years, he helped more than 3,000 cities build libraries. He helped build one of the world's largest telescopes at the time on Mount Wilson in 1911. He was among the first to set up a pension plan for steel workers and teachers. He fixed it so that 7,000 American churches could buy a pipe organ. He was a major benefactor of Booker T. Washington's Tuskegee Institute and helped Washington create the National Negro Business League. One biographer, though, said that Andrew Carnegie used his money to try to make up for the misery he had caused for his underpaid, overworked steel workers in the first years of his career. It's estimated during his life he gave away $5 billion. Andrew Carnegie was buried in Sleepy Hollow in Tarrytown, New York, the place where the Headless Horseman rode on stormy nights. Yes, libraries have changed a lot over the years. Much of it is all electronic. There's instant automatic checkout now, but they're still full of books. And books can be wonderful. I'm Dennis Daily with your Daily News Update.